Hi and hello, welcome to today's video. With the end of the year approaching, I want to talk about the books I want to finish before the end of the year. It's halfway November, but it's like 6 weeks left, I think. So we're gonna talk, and we're gonna talk about books, because these are priority TBR. These need to be finished before the end of the year. So let's go. So we'll start with not really my current read, but the book that I'm gonna pick up next, which is Free in the Wild by Delsey Hope. This came out last week, so I need to finish it. I need to read it and all of that, but this basically is part 4 in her series about cowboys and all that. It's small town cowboy vibes, so really hoping to finish this. And I do know she has another book coming out the 2nd of January, but it's from a different series she wrote. So I want to keep up to date with her books, because they seem really good, or they are really good. I did finish her other books in the series, so that's why I need to pick this up. So yeah, then I have 2 books in like a series, and one is a novella, which is the Apple Pie Ice Cream Parlor. This is like a little novella. Like, I don't think this will take me like much more than an hour, maybe an hour and a half to read. But this is a novella we got with the Dutch here in the Netherlands, because we have the week of the English book, and every year you get like a little novella or a little something. I remember like 2 years ago it was Restore Me from Tara Maffei, like the novella that comes after part 1, which sucks a little because I read the series and then you get a novella. It goes back to the beginning of the book, beginning of the series. So really happy that this was the book, and I am so far up to date with the series I could read this next. So very excited. Like I said, it's not gonna take too much of my time to read. And then with the same author, I have The Gingerbread Bakery. This is really a Christmassy novella, a Christmas book, which I am very excited to read. I'm not too sure what's it all about, but this series, really, I'm happy I continued, because I rated what's it called, Pumpkin Pie something. I rated of the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. That's the book. I rated that 2 stars, and I do know people say it's like it's gonna get better. Keep reading it. So then I read The Gingerbread Bakery. No, that's this book. The Cinnamon Bun Bookstore. Oh, these names are way too hard. But I did read that, and I did enjoy it. And then I read The Christmas Tree Farm, which was really fun. I read it in like May or June, so way out of the theme that it follows, but hey, it's fine. And then I read the last part that came out, The Pancake Hubbub. But I rated it, I think 5 stars, because I loved it. So that's what I mean with I'm super happy I actually continued. So that's why I'm also really excited to read this. But like I said, it is a Christmas book. So before I read this, it might be the end of November, beginning of December when I get to this. But I know I'm gonna love it, or I hope. So to keep in trend with the Christmas books, I have Good Spirits by Vicki Burrison. She has become one of my instant buy authors. I do know she has a new book coming out in February. Like it's the 2nd book in the Heartstrings series, and I'm so excited. I finally picked up First Time Color last July, because I was on holiday, and I was like, okay, you know, I'm on holiday, I need a new book, I'm gonna pick this up. And it was so good. I enjoyed it so much. So I'm really happy. And then I read her Love Light Farm series, which I also really enjoyed. And now Good Spirits. So also very excited to read this. This also is a Christmas novella, and I think he is a spirit, or like a ghost. I tend to go into my books completely blind. Like, I see this book, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna pick it up, but I rarely read the back of one book, so that's why I'm like, I don't know what it's about, but hey, I do know what kind of the vibe is. So that's why in these kind of videos I'd never go into full depth of the book, because I don't know. That's my bad. Okay, so The last Christmas themed book I want to read is Holiday Ever After by Hannah Grace. She is the author of Icebreaker, of like the whole Icebreaker series, like Icebreaker, Wildfire, Daydream. And this is a new book. Also Christmas. I don't know, I couldn't tell you much more. It's a Christmas book. But I'm also very excited. But like the other two books, I'm probably gonna read it around end of November, beginning of December, maybe late December, if I don't get the time. But like I said, these are gonna be read nonetheless. So also this one, I'm very excited. And then I have two other parts in the series, and I think part 4 comes still out this year, but I think it's gonna get moved on by me on my TBR for next year. I don't know. We'll see if I want to continue it, because I did read the first book last month and I really did like it. But I have seen read by Bailey Hannah. I always want to say Hannah Bailey, but it's just the other way around. And this is a cowboy romance, if you couldn't tell by the cover. But I don't know. Like I said, I go blind into my books, but I really liked Alive in Wales, which is the first book in the series. I think I rated like 3.5 stars, so it's not too bad. But I definitely want to continue this book. And it's an interconnected standalone series. And you just follow in every book and a different character of the family, because it's a family-run business. So very excited. Just to break up like all the Christmas books I have to read. And the last book I want to read is Change of Heart, which is the third part in the series, also by Bailey Hannah. Very excited for this character actually. Like, I knew he was gonna get a book because, you know, I picked this up when I was in Edinburgh. And I know in Alive in Wales it's mentioned that he's not very close to a grumpy ass person. So that's why I'm also really excited to read this book. So yeah, these are the books that are my priority TBR for the end of the year. I do know there's gonna be more books coming out, like the new book by Chelsea Curto. She is a ice hockey romance author. I do know that's coming out in December. I think early or mid-December. But like I said, it's not out right now, so it's not on my TBR, because my TBR are my physical books. But if that comes out and I still have the time to read, that will also be like highly up on my TBR, because I did binge that series this entire month. Like over the last 1.5 weeks, I binged that series. So that's gonna be in my wrap up, and I'm very excited for it. But on top of my mind, I don't think there's gonna be like another book coming out, if I can remember correctly. I saw it yesterday that there was a book coming out 2nd of December. I don't know which book it is, because I was like, oh, I need to remember. And now I don't remember. So if I can find it, I will, I don't know, put it somewhere. If I don't, we'll never know. We'll never see. But this was my video, and I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like and leave a comment down below what your TBR is for the end of the year. And I will catch you in the next one.